Well, hello guys, and welcome to my stream. Night one of WrestleMania, probably one of the most historic WrestleManias of all time. There is so much to talk about. As a matter of fact, 3 pages worth of stuff to talk about. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming into the live stream. I'm so excited. I'm going to be reading your guys' chat, so please make sure to keep the chat box nice and lit. I'm going to be reading your thoughts and all of that. Sorry guys, 1 second. I had my video open. All right, first of all, shout out to Hockey Nerd, Brandon Peters, Tommy, Ryan Smith, Freaks of Wrestling Podcast, and Joelle for being some of the people that are in this stream. What's up to Brian Berna as well. Thank you guys so much. So, first time ever that we have WrestleMania without an audience. Guys, WWE's biggest event. It is equivalent to the Super Bowl, greatest of all time for WWE, and there was no audience given the current situation and climate that we're in right now. I myself was supposed to be at WrestleMania and was not able to be there, so that's why I'm live streaming. But so much happened in this short amount of time, and it's only night one so far. So here we go, guys. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it because there's so much to talk about. So let's kick it off. We're going to be covering the main card today, and as we're going on with this, I want to make sure that you guys all share your thoughts in the chat as well. All right, let's get into it. Here we go, guys. Match number one of the night was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kabuki Warriors. So my prediction for this was actually that the Kabuki Warriors were going to go ahead and retain the titles, retain the women's tag team titles, but I was completely and utterly wrong. As a matter of fact, we have new women's tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, but I gotta say that I think this tag team match was the best way to kick off WrestleMania. Let me go ahead and pull up the picture one more time here. I want to start off by saying that I love so many things about this match in particular. One of them being the interactions between Alexa Bliss and Kairi Sane. I absolutely love their chemistry in the ring together, and we've seen them multiple times, but I felt like we really connected with them today during today's match. Plus, we saw so much aggression from Nikki Cross that added so much to this match. I think overall, the mixture of how Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross's personalities blended with the Kabuki Warriors and their character dynamic, I thought worked well. That to the point where it almost felt like there was not that there was an audience, but I wasn't focused on the fact that there wasn't an audience. Let's see what some of you guys have to say here on the chat. So we had let's see. Freaks of Wrestling Podcast says, I am so sad Kairi Sane and Asuka lost. D-Trace says, yes, I picked the same. Love me some Kabuki Warriors regardless. And Ryan Smith says, Alexa and Nikki are such an unlikely duo, but works so well. Bliss Goods works good as a babyface. Yeah, and see, I think that some of the best tag teams and how they work in terms of their characters is they really work when they're different, but they can come together as one. I mean, like when we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn doing their thing together, very different personalities that worked well. So I think we've seen that over and over, and I think one of those examples is definitely Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. So that was the match that opened up today's show. Alexa gave some slaps to Kairi that were super insane. We saw both teams go back and forth. Everyone had a really good shining moment during this match. Alexa Bliss pinned Kairi after a twisted bliss to win the title. So that was completely unexpected, but a great way to kick off WrestleMania. Alrighty guys, so go ahead, give me your thoughts. Even if you're watching this live stream afterwards, I want to know all of your thoughts on each and every single match. All right, and Bishal said he wants to know all the results. Yes, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross did win and are Women's Tag Team Champions. Omar says, amazing Boneyard match. We will get to that one. We're going to go in order, but that's the match, I will tell you right now, that got me really hyped to come on to the stream and talk WrestleMania with all of you here today. All right, but let's go ahead and continue. Match number 2 of the night. Total opposite feelings from match number 1. So match number 2, we had Keene Corbin versus Elias. I was wrong again. I originally thought that Keene Corbin was going to get a win, mainly because he hasn't been picking up very many wins in the feuds that he's been in over the last, since he's been with the company. And so Elias actually won this one. Guys, first of all, I could really care less about this match to begin with. I thought that it was gonna last a lot less than it did when Corbin came out to cut his promo, and then Elias came out and attacked him and hit him with the chair. I thought that it was gonna be a beatdown, and then it was eventually gonna be so bad that they never were gonna get the match started to begin with. So it was gonna be sort of left open-ended, but it did not. They actually had the match, and I gotta say that this match was very different from the first one. Whereas in the first match, in the women's tag team match, I didn't really pay attention or notice that there wasn't crowd involvement. During this match, it was very, very noticeable, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I didn't think this match really worked based on the situations that we had with no audience. I thought this match made it a lot more noticeable. It was kind of brutal, but hey, we knew we were. This match was what I expected, I think, in terms of how I felt about it. I didn't become a fan of the match. All right, Tommy says that it was good for what it was. And D-Train says, yeah, this should have been a pre-show match, not a Mania-worthy match. And we have those. I mean, last year, we had so many of those, and it's bound to happen, But I definitely think that one with no audience just did not do anything for me at all. So I'm so sorry, but yikes. Yeah, that one wasn't great at all. I thought that was probably one of the lowest points or lowest moments of the entire show for tonight. By the way, once again, if you guys are on this stream, which we do have some people, so yay! I'm seeing all of your comments in the chat. Please go ahead and send me your thoughts. We're running through the show from the top of the main card to the bottom. We have so much to talk about today, and guess what, guys? It is just night 1. Literally just night 1. We still have one more night of WrestleMania to talk about tomorrow, and I will be back here live streaming tomorrow about this. So let's go ahead and kick it off. So I'm gonna start talking about the next match, guys, and this next match, I have so much to say. First of all, I had no idea that I would be talking about this match next. And the match that I'm talking about, which was match number 3 on the card. Believe it or not, match number 3 was Becky Lynch versus Shayna for the Raw Women's Championship. Oh, guys. Oh, all right. I have so much to say about this. Where do I even begin? First of all, I did not expect this match to go on third. Secondly, I have no idea. Okay, after watching it, you gotta understand, I now know why it was the third match. But I think this match could have easily been the main event. I don't understand. I think we could have seen Becky Lynch be the main eventer back-to-back WrestleManias. Becky Lynch, guys, as you know, is a trailblazer. She's the man. She's the game changer. She's unlike any other women wrestler that we've ever had in the past before. So I think having her in back-to-back WrestleManias would have put her in the ranks of people like The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And so I would have really liked to continue seeing that hype with her at this year's WrestleMania. And I have a feeling we're going to see it at next year's WrestleMania, but I think we could have definitely, given the fact that people were really excited about her match with Shayna and the build for it was pretty good, I think we could have definitely seen this one as a main event match. So what do you guys think about it? Do you think it should have been a main event? Do you think it should have stayed where it was? So here's the deal. Because it was the third match of the night, I think it definitely felt like a third match. I I liked the beginning of the match. I thought that Becky and Shayna came in very aggressive. They had a plan to put together a really good match, and you can definitely see it in the beginning. You can definitely see the anger and the frustration coming out of Shayna. There were a lot of Becky. There were a lot of really good, solid moments during this match, but I think overall, unfortunately, the match did fall short for me. I was expecting a lot more, but then again, I think the reason that we didn't get all that we thought we were going to get was because this ended up being a third match on the card versus it being a main event. Let's see what else do I want to say about this match before I continue on to the next one. I want to make sure I go ahead and talk about everything I wanted. One of the things I do want to mention is that I love the way that they played back and forth. There was a lot of things going on here. But overall, I do want to say that I was disappointed with this match, and I was expecting a little bit more. And I think even had it still stayed in that third match slot, but had been maybe like 5 or so extra minutes longer, I think I would have felt like I would have felt more satisfied with it, because to be honest, it definitely fell short of my expectations. So thoughts on Shayna versus Becky. BTW, Becky Lynch did retain the title, which I am so happy. And it's nothing to say about Shayna or taking anything away from Shayna Baszler, but I have said this over and over. I love long title reigns. I love them when they're done right, when they're booked right, when the person holding the title is the right person to be holding the title at that given moment. And I feel that way for Becky, and I want to see Becky essentially be the top of her game until we build somebody up, somebody like Rhea Ripley, where she gets built up, and can finally go head to head with Becky Lynch. I want to see something like that eventually down the line. Unfortunately, how this all played out with Shayna Baszler essentially beating all the women on the roster and Becky Lynch as well, there kind of really isn't anybody left for Becky Lynch right now, so that does leave us in an icky spot. So I really don't know what's going to happen from there, but I know down the line that I want to see Becky still retain the title for some time to come. But let's see what we see here. So Joelle says it was an odd finish, but it was a very physical match. Yes, 100% agree. The finish did come out of nowhere, and it would have been a fine finish had it been like had it been a different, longer type of match, maybe even main event, a finish like that I would have enjoyed, but this one kind of just felt sort of odd, so I get that. Wayne says he can't wait to see them go at it again. I'm sure they will. They have to, especially right now that I can't really think of somebody that would be an opponent right now for Becky Lynch. Mesmer Knight says, whenever Shayna gets frustrated early, she always loses from back in her NXT days. Freaks of Wrestling podcast says, they used the same finish in this match that they used with the Kairi Sane versus Shayna match where Kairi won the title. And then Omar says, should go after Goldberg versus Braun. And then, oh, you mean the match. Okay. And then D-Train says, I can see Shayna eventually winning the title, maybe SummerSlam. And Hockey Nerd says, was not a fan of the finish. And then Wayne has a bold prediction. He actually thinks that Shayna will win this match come Monday night. You're saying this Monday night? Is that your prediction, Wayne? That's a very, very bold prediction. All right, and then Hockey Nerd says, I wish we can see Baszler versus Becky in a submission match. All right, so there you go. Those are some of the thoughts from people coming to... Oh, Raphael says main event was lit. We'll get there, Raphael. Alrighty, guys, so there you go. That was my thoughts on Becky and Shayna. Overall, I was a little disappointed. I was expecting a little bit more, but I am glad that Becky Lynch retained the title because I did think it was the right call. Moving on now to match number 4. All right, so match number 4 was Daniel Bryan with Drew Gulak at his side versus Sami Zayn, which Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro on his side for the Intercontinental Championship. So one of the things that I personally liked about this match was given the fact that we had people on the outside, it was able to add some ambient noise, so it didn't feel totally silent during this match. Guys, I gotta say, Sami Zayn took one hell of a beating. This match brought a whole new level of aggression. Daniel Bryan just went full balls out crazy on Sami Zayn, and I gotta tell you, I loved each and every single second of it. I thought this match was fantastic. I love the way that Sami was overreacting, his selling, and he's screaming, and he was still playing like that character that we all know, that he's just really extra and really outrageous. So I really love how he took this beating from Daniel Bryan, and I love the way that Daniel Bryan executed this beating. I thought this match just looked so much more aggressive than the Becky Shayna, which was very unfortunate because it was a different level of aggression is basically what I'm gonna try to say. One of the other things I wanted to add was the fact that I was hoping Sami Zayn would win, and he did win. So that was one of the predictions that I made that was actually right. So I had like one right prediction for today's show. With Sami winning and Sami not seeing the win at the end, I thought it played in nicely because neither did I, and I don't think the viewers did at the exact same moment. So overall, I thought that this match did really well. I think I would rank it amongst one of the top matches of the night. Not the top match, but one of the top matches of the night. So everyone in the chat section, what was your thoughts on Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn? I keep wanting to mix my S's and my Z's. I don't know why. Wayne Burnell says, this was a waste of time. You didn't like it, Wayne? Really? I actually really enjoyed it. And I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. I think this match over-delivered for myself, personally. Edward also says he was expecting more. Or unless you guys are talking about the Shayna-Becky match. You guys can clear that up afterwards. Steven said, Sami versus Daniel would have been a better match if it got more time. And see, that was my same argument for the Shayna-Becky match. I thought the Sami-Daniel one, obviously could have been more with time extended, but for what it was, I thought it was fine. Let's see. Tommy says, the loud screams from Sami added to the match. Yes, that is exactly what I said, exactly what I noticed as well. I thought it really brought a lot more, and given the fact that we can hear what's going on in the ring a lot more, we can hear the grunts and we can hear what the referee is saying, and we're able to hear the trash the wrestlers are talking to each other. I thought these two guys were some of the ones that really played to that strength. They knew, hey, obviously the audience is going to be able to really, the audience at home is going to be able to hear what we are saying, so might as well play to that strength during this shoot. So I thought they did very good on that. Edward says Daniel should have won. D-Train says solid match, was worried with only Gulak outside towards the end that he would turn. And Raphael says, I liked Daniel Bryan match, but I think it was too short. So I think that is the general consensus that I'm getting with people, that the match was too short. Blue says, what did you think of the Undertaker match? We will get there. For those of you who are just joining us, we are going from the top to the bottom of the card because, hey, that's just the way it's going to go. And so we will get to the Undertaker one. So much to talk about. All right, so moving on. We are now going into match number 5. Match number 5, guys. This one ended up changing over the last few weeks. It was originally supposed to be a triple threat tag team match with the New Day, the Usos, Miz, and Morrison's, but due to COVID-19 issues, this was changed to Kofi Kingston representing the New Day, Jimmy Uso representing the Usos, and Morrison representing the Miz and Morrison. Ladder match for the SmackDown tag team titles. Guys, there was a lot that happened in this match. I, for one, am a huge fan of ladder matches. I love them. And knowing that seeing the guys in this match, I cannot help but to say I am just so over the moon with their athleticism. I am just so thankful that there are humans on this planet that can be that athletic, okay? Because I can barely get up from the chair after sitting down for a couple of hours. But guys, oh my God. Let's start with, okay, Kofi Kingston has always been known for doing crazy stuff. Whenever he's in a match like this, whether it's an Elimination Chamber or a ladder match or whatever it is, you know that Kofi Kingston is going to pull out all the stops. You can expect something from him. He's those guys we expect to see something out of, like a Shane McMahon and now a Kevin Owens. We expect something from them. And Kofi Kingston definitely had a few spots here and there that I thought were really great. Jimmy Uso, I think... So this match, there weren't a lot of actual bumps that were taken with the ladder. There were very, very few. I think there was like 3. And Jimmy Uso was the one that actually took 2 of those straight to the ladder. So props with Jimmy Uso on that. Again, another athletic guy. Great tag team with the Usos. But I thought he did really well on this one here. But guys, Morrison, holy bananas. He was incredible. Okay, so first of all, I was able to see a lot of his matches when we were doing the RO Lucha shows, and I was the ring announcer for that show, and obviously he was part of the roster during that time, and I got to see so much of his athleticism. I could not believe it. So I knew for a fact that tonight we were going to get a glimpse of that, and holy dang, we totally did. I thought he completely blew it out of the water. We saw him walk from one ring post to the other ring post from the third rope, do a hurricanrana from the post to the ladder. Excuse me. Kofi leaped onto Morrison and did the hurricanrana from the post to the ladder. That was another incredible spot. But Morrison, I thought, just did some amazing stuff during this match. And even the finish, when he took that bump onto the ladder, was pretty intense, but a pretty creative finish. So with the finish itself, all 3 men were at the top of the ladder. They all had their hands on the belts, on the 2 belts. But in the end, Morrison ended up falling onto the ladder, therefore taking the belts down with him and therefore winning. I think some people were on the fence for this finish. Some people liked it, some people didn't. As a matter of fact, I liked it just because I thought it was different. It was creative. It was kind of like those question mark endings where the 2 guys are up there and they're like, what just happened here? So I actually like this finish. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but we see somebody that didn't like it. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Tommy says it was all dumb AF. Why was it dumb AF? I'm really curious to know. And then Mesmer9 says, watch out, Denise is gonna cuss again. I am not cussing. I said dang. Dang is not a bad word, all right? Let's see. Tommy says, you can't be a true fan of wrestling and think that was a good show. I'm particularly talking about this match. Yeah, I'm talking particularly about this match. I'm running everything match by match. As you can tell, I haven't said, like... With the second match, I did not like the second match at all. So I'm running them one by one. I thought the ladder match was perfectly fine. Let's see. Wayne Barrow says... Oh, wait, hold on. Blue says... Bro, Morrison is underrated, man. Hope he gets more of these moments. Yes, he had that time away from the company, but now he's back. And, I mean, the level of athleticism this guy has is just sick. Wayne says, does anybody agree that there should have been wrestlers in the audience? No, because that definitely, no, I don't think so. It's the fact that, again, with the Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, we had people on the outside, so it did add to the ambience. But to have wrestlers in the actual audience, I think would have been a very huge distraction. So I'm going to go ahead and say no for me. That's just my opinion, but let me know what your guys' opinion was. My good friend Nick White says he did not like the ending to the ladder match. Okay, see, I told you guys, different opinions. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Nick White, feel free to share why you did not like the ending. Ryan's on my side. Thank you so much, Ryan. Ryan says he liked the finish and thought it was very creative as well. I feel you on that one. Freaks of Wrestling podcast says it was amazing watch with some really cool big spots, and I love the finish of the match. Given the fact that there are very few bumps taken in this match and compared to every other ladder match in WWE history, I'm gonna say, yeah, they went out and did a hell of a match. D-Train says, it was a good match. The ending was so, but I think it was better than it was all 6 in the match. Wait, you think it was better had it been all 6 guys in the match? I would have actually liked to see all 6 guys in the match. I was very excited for that version of the match. So I'm going to have to disagree on that one just because I love I love those kinds of matches, so the more the merrier for me on that one. Brandon says the ladder match and every match after was great. Yes, I think, to be honest, I think the Daniel Bryan Sami Zayn was the tipping point where everything else just went pretty well, based on what I remember here. All right, and Wayne says, I love the ending because it was interesting. See, guys, we're all different, but that's okay. So yeah, it was a very interesting finish, that's for sure. All right, guys, so that was the 5th match of the night, which was the ladder match. We are now moving on. By the way, for those of you who just joined the stream, we are going match by match by match from the top of the main card to the end of the main card, night 1 of WrestleMania, tonight for the very first time. All right, moving on to match number 6. Okay, guys, I'm going to go out and say it. In my opinion, I think that this was... I don't know. I originally had said that I thought this was match of the night. And you know what? I'm going to stick with it just because the Boneyard match was very, very different. So for that reason, I'm still staying with this one as match of the night. So we had Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. This match was what I expected. I don't think it exceeded or fell below of my expectations. But I will say this. I think in comparison to lots of matches, scheduled for WrestleMania, I think that Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens had one of the best builds. They had one of the longest ones too, I feel. So I thought this match was great. So the first portion of the match, I thought to myself, oh, okay, this is fine. You know, I'm not like super crazy about it, but I'm not underwhelmed either. It was fine. But the finish for the first match, when Seth Rollins hit Kevin Owens with the belt and then they called the match, I thought to myself, well, that's lame. That is not a WrestleMania finish, okay? That could have been for, like, any other pay-per-view to continue the feud. Yeah, sure, fine. So I was like, oh, this is bad. Like, this is bad. But then, afterwards, when they basically decided that this would be a DQ match, it just made it a whole lot better. After that was when I think this match really picked up some steam. We saw some real nasty shots to the head from Kevin Owens to Seth Rollins with that same ring bell that ended the first match with them on tonight's show. But guys, the bell shots were really intense, but the most intense moment of them all was when Kevin Owens went to the top of the stage and basically did a flying elbow down to the table. That was crazy. So the last few matches that we've been seeing Kevin Owens in, he's been doing some crazy stuff in the ring. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing him do a lot, even on Raws, you name it. He's been doing a lot. So he's suddenly becoming that guy that we're now expecting him to do something crazy. Now, I wasn't expecting him to do something crazy today. I don't know why. Maybe I just forgot. But the point is that Kevin Owens did not come to play. He had one of the best WrestleMania moments of the night by far. It was fantastic. Afterwards, basically Kevin Owens stunned Seth Rollins and pinned him clean. I loved the finish. I loved the second half of the match. So because of that, I thought this match had great storytelling. And it got me excited in something that I was only just okay about. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, aside from the Boneyard match, was match of the night. So thoughts on Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens? Go ahead and throw them into the chat because I am going to go ahead and read your guys' thoughts. So what we have here is Beerside Comics says, Boneyard match reminded me of Eddie versus Cena in the parking garage. Oh, okay, we'll get to that. Raphael says, Rollins versus Owens was another good one. That Owens jump from the WrestleMania logo was badass. Good finish. Owens needed the win. These guys put in the work. Yes, that key line, Raphael, that you put in there. These guys put in the work. Hell yeah, they did. Oh my God, yes, they did. And I'm so happy because it could have been very easy to half-ass this when there's nobody in the crowd. All right? Could have been completely easy to do that. And they didn't do that. And I respect that 100% because even though there is nobody in the audience, there are a million eyeballs eyeballs watching from everywhere online. And just because we're not there in spirit, just because we're not there presently, we're there in spirit. So yes, I completely agree with you, Raphael. These guys put in the work. Joelle says, I was in shock that he jumped from that structure. Yeah, I was scared when he was going up. I was like, what is he gonna do? Where is he going with this? Wayne says, I really think Rollins broke a rib tonight. Well, we'll find out if he did. Blue says, I liked this match and all, but am I the only one who misses face Rollins? No, you're the only one. I do not miss face Rollins, all right? I don't know if you're the only one. That's wrong. That's wrong. I was wrong on that, Blue. I'm wrong on that because people have different opinions. But my personal opinions is I like heel Rollins and I'm good with that. Stephen Butler says, I also like the fact that there wasn't any outside interference during this match. Yes, because we know that we see that all the time. And for me, it takes away from really good matches. And we've seen that happen a lot. Nick White says, that match was better than I expected. Love the bell shots to the head. Really took us back to the 90s and early 2000s. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nick White. I think that you're definitely on point with that one for sure. And then let's see. D-Train says it was much better than I expected. It was match of the night easily. Very much enjoyed this match. Ryan Weldon says it stole the show. Yeah, honestly, had the Boneyard match not happened, I think we would have most of us would have claimed either this match of the night or the ladder match of the night. I think that would have been the general consensus. Stephen Butler says face Rollins sucked. See, alright then, I'm not the only one. Jolie says heel Rollins is awesome. Blue says nah, Beast Slayer was fine. Alright, there we go, guys. Different opinions. I love it. Keep sharing your thoughts in the chat. By the way, guys, quick shout out. Thank you guys so much for joining my stream. You guys are the reason that I am not talking to myself on the computer. So thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow for night 2 of the stream. But let's continue on because we still have 2 more matches to talk about, guys. 2 more matches. And so the next one is match number 7. Sorry. Oh, no. I'm sorry, guys. That was my bad. Ooh, wrong match. Ah! Sorry, where is it? Did I not put 6? Wait, sorry guys, 6, 7. Ah, I forgot to put the picture for the Goldberg match. All right, sorry guys, technical error. I forgot to put the picture in for Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. I am so sorry. All right, so match number 7 without a picture was Braun Strowman versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. Guys, this match was disappointing. Very disappointing. Okay, I have nothing good to say about this match at all. First of all, I gotta say that I love Goldberg. I'm a Goldberg fan. Braun Strowman, I'm a fan too. I don't know, there was just so many complications with this. Straight from the beginning, there was so much complications with this match. As we know, it's supposed to be Roman Reigns. People didn't even want the belt on Goldberg. You name it, there was tons of complications and controversies surrounding this match. But essentially, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 spears from Goldberg onto Braun Strowman. We got 2, 3, 4 power slams from Braun Strowman to Goldberg, and essentially Braun Strowman wins. He becomes the new Universal Champion, guys, and I could care less. Really, in the nicest way possible. But then again, either way, I think, however way it would have gone, I think my reaction would have been the exact same, guys. It would have been the exact same. This was just not good, unfortunately. I don't care who would have won. I just think I wanted the win to be impactful. If the win was impactful, I wouldn't have cared about who or who did not win. Basically, I was looking for either Braun Strowman. However, even if they were going to have Braun Strowman come in, I would have liked him to just come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, power slam, bam, finish the match. I don't care. I just wanted it to be impactful and shocking. Instead, it was slow and just not, it wasn't there. It was unfortunate, very unfortunate. But let's see, guys, what were your thoughts on Braun Strowman versus Goldberg, and who do you think that Braun Strowman is going to go on to face next, or who do you think is going to challenge Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship? Go ahead and send your thoughts here in the chat section. Daniel Cervantes has some very strong words for us. He says it was a terrible match. I can't really argue with you on that one. I really cannot, Daniel. Wayne says, I had fell asleep in this match. That was a quick nap. Steven says, Braun Strowman winning the title was the right move, but the match itself was nothing special. I think this will be a Band-Aid title reign for Braun until Reigns takes the title. Yep, I can see that. I can definitely see that, Steven. Let's see. Tommy says, LOL, killed my DraftKings bet. Were you betting on this match? Or the whole card? Let us know. Let's see. Who else do we need? Wayne Barinol says he did not need the belt. Blue says, I'm still happy for Strowman, but disappointed. Nick says, probably unpopular opinion, but Braun was way overdue for the WWE title, but it sucks he had to win it this way as a replacement against Goldberg. Yeah, you know, Nick White, I agree with you on that. For a while, we did want to see that. But I just think that once the moment passes, and this goes for anything in wrestling, once the moment passes, it passes, man. You can't grab that moment back. You gotta take it whenever that moment happens. Beardside Cena says, Strowman versus Nicholas, WrestleMania 37. I am 100% here for that. I will be the biggest Nicholas stan of all time. Just kidding, it's a joke. But hey, we appreciate sarcasm and a sense of humor on this podcast. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Freaks of Wrestling says, I agree with you, Denise, and you're very cute. Thank you. I'll take that. All right, guys, so there you go. That was Braun Strowman versus Goldberg, the semi-main event of the night. But now, let's go into what everybody is talking about, the Twitter world, and I've already gotten the question 1 million times here on this stream, and that is the Boneyard match between The Undertaker, the Phenom, versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Guys, AJ Styles in the main event with The Undertaker in a Boneyard match was one of the coolest, most unique things that we have seen in WWE history, guys. Let's start off with the fact that so we see this hearse. Okay, so first of all, you guys should know that obviously this was shot very differently. This was shot in a cemetery with like a barnyard and I don't even know what else. So it was shot like a movie or a music video, however you want to call it, or a TV show. It was not shot like your generic wrestling show. It was very, very different. So the production was completely different. There was obviously heavy editing, lots of effects, but amazing storytelling, and overall, I think that it got people really excited. We were interested in it. I know my eyes were glued to it. I wasn't distracted tweeting or anything during this, so I'm going to say that it did its job. But so it starts off with a hearse coming through, and then we see this coffin come out of the hearse, and then all of a sudden, in the happiest face ever, we see AJ Styles coming out of that. So everyone, I know myself, I was thinking, oh, it's The Undertaker's entrance. Okay, yeah. But nah, it was AJ Styles, which was very, very, very hilarious to me because I've never seen anybody look happier coming out of a coffin. But then again, I've never really seen people come out of coffins. But AJ Styles just comes out, and he comes out, and that's his entrance. And then we see The Undertaker come out in his motorcycle, which was very cool. Guys, so much went down during the Boneyard match. Let's show some pictures here. Oh my God, guys, where do I even begin? So AJ Styles took so many bumps during this match. Again, this was all over the cemetery. We had explosions during this match. The club came out. There was a barnyard. So, hold on, let me put up, sorry guys, so many pictures. Okay. So there was a point where there was a barnyard, and then like these lights turn on, and then all of these people in like those dead Grim Creeper, whatever you want to call them, things, they come out, and then they all attack The Undertaker along with the club. And then after that, they go up to the top of the barnyard, or I think it's a barnyard, I don't even know, the barn thingy, whatever, it's a building, and they go up to the top, and AJ Styles is deathly afraid of The Undertaker, and he sells it to no end. And The Undertaker looks scary, he looks mean, he looks good during all of this. Like, so good. Guys, look at him. He looks fantastic during all of this. So basically, we see the attack on AJ Styles. Eventually, let's see. There's an explosion at the top of the barnyard, which I did not expect to see. Then after that, we see him throw AJ Styles from the top to the floor. And you think AJ Styles is pretty much dead at this point. But The Undertaker is like, no, this is not over. After that, guys, I lost track of all my notes here. But essentially, let me pull up these pictures. Essentially, before The Undertaker gets AJ Styles into this grave, there's a point where AJ Styles gets The Undertaker into the grave, but then all of a sudden, AJ thinks he wins, but he's wrong. As a matter of fact, Undertaker's right behind him, and that's essentially when the match switches, and then they go through all the barnyard stuff. And then eventually, Undertaker gets AJ Styles into this graveyard. And guys, I'm sorry, even if the AJ Styles is in there for just a second, that is so scary to me, like completely. Thank you, Scofield. That is so completely terrifying to me to even be in that ditch for like a second. Guys, it was incredible. In the end, Undertaker gets the win, gets AJ Styles in there. We see this little tombstone popping up, and then all of a sudden we see AJ Styles' hand come above from down the mud. All right, guys, I did a horrible recounting of this, like really bad, but it doesn't matter because even if you all saw it, and even if you didn't, go back and watch it because my talking about it is not going to do it justice, okay? It really is not going to do it justice, guys. I thought this was so cool. I was afraid this was going to be cheesy. I was like, oh no, this is going to be really cheesy. There's probably going to be bones. Who knows what's going to happen? But no, this was great, guys. I really felt like I was watching the finale of a really good suspenseful TV show. Or like honestly, if I was a kid watching this, I would 100% believe everything that happened on the TV. Like, I would be so devastated. I would really believe that The Undertaker killed AJ Styles. That was a terrifying image, but it was fantastic. So guys, go ahead and send in your thoughts because I'm sure you guys have plenty of stuff to say. Let's see, where are we at? PBS stream, I'm so sorry, I didn't see your comment. Let's see. Steven says, love the return of the bike riding American Badass Taker. Raphael says, cinematic match. Loved it. Yes, exactly. D-Train says, Matt Hardy style ultimate deletion kind of feeling in a different way. Mesmer9 says, a Michael Jackson Thriller type match. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's a really good way of putting it. Elias Castillo says, awesome moment, 100%. Guys, I think this was definitely something that we're going to be talking about for a really long time. A classic Undertaker moment, something we're going to be seeing, down the line when we're seeing the best highlights of his career. Let's see. Beerside Comics says, Impact Wrestling did a match like this a few years back with Joseph Park, aka Abyss, versus Scott Steiner. I think it's awesome to give us something untraditional from time to time. Thank you. Keywords there, untraditional. Beerside Comics, I think you nailed it there with untraditional. Guys, we're in the age where everybody's uploading videos and matches from all across everywhere constantly on the internet. Our minds are being filled with so many different stuff. So when we get something that is different, that's new, that's unique, we definitely connect to that. Let's see. Steven also said, storytelling in this match, complete with trash-talking dialogue. Thank you. I did want to mention that as well. I thought that the dialogue was great with AJ and Taker going back and forth with this. Basically, AJ got to the point where he was practically begging The Undertaker not to do this stuff to him anymore. And Taker was like, yeah, well, like, how old do I look now to you? between the two men made this an entertaining match. I thought this was a great way to end the night one of WrestleMania. Yes, I think this made WrestleMania something to talk about for sure. Nick White says, I have so many mixed thoughts and feelings about this match. Mostly good, but I found it comical yet very entertaining. I mean, come on, like we all know what it is, right? But hey, if it's entertaining, then why not? I mean, from the looks of it, we're supposed to suspend our disbelief that The Undertaker caused an explosion literally just by looking at the building. So yeah, it's, it is what it is, but it's entertaining. Daniel says, I lost your comment. I was expecting Michelle McCool to show up. No, I think that would have been too cheesy. Definitely too cheesy. Tommy says, it kind of reminded me of Final Deletion. And Beerside Comics said they should do next year's WrestleMania like the movie No Holds Barred, Battle of the Tough Guys. Elias says Sting versus Undertaker Boneyard match. That would be a great return for Sting, if that were to happen. And then Edward says the heart sticking out was a good touch. Yes, the hand sticking out with AJ's hands gave me Carrie vibes. Carrie the movie. I thought about that right away, and it was classic because it was a good thing to go to because we have seen that in the past with The Undertaker and, the hands coming down. And no matter what, no matter how many times we see that, that is creepy as hell. So creepy, no matter how many times we see it. Freaks of Wrestling Podcast says, Boneyard match was awesome, and it was nice to see WWE thinking outside the box with this match and do something totally different. Yes, again, I totally agree. Omar says the entrance with the motorcycle was nostalgic. Edward says being Undertaker's followers was a good touch. Bringing in Undertaker's followers was a good touch. And Knight says, do you think the Cena-Fiend match will be as good as the Boneyard match? No. Well, I don't know, actually. If they do something similar to this, it won't be the same, but I think they could definitely do like that creepy funhouse sort of vibe, and there are people that are afraid of that type of stuff, so I think maybe they could do something like that, but at the same time, you don't want to take away from something that you've already done with The Undertaker and AJ Styles, and once you try to replicate something that's that good, it's really hard to do, so we'll go from there. Alrighty, guys, so there you go. If you have any more thoughts on tonight's show, go ahead and add them. I thought overall highlights of the show, really good opening match with Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and the Kabuki Warriors. Becky versus Shayna, it was what it was. And then, pretty darn good ladder match of the night, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens. Disappointing Braun Strowman versus Goldberg, and creative, amazing, awesome. I can't think of any more good adjectives for AJ Styles versus The Undertaker. Alrighty, guys, we still have night 2 tomorrow. Still so much more to come, including The Fiend versus John Cena, which we were just talking about here. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Edge, Randy Orton. We still have that to go with. So much to happen for night 2. Everyone, thank you guys so much for coming on to my stream today. I had an awesome time chatting with you guys all here. For those of you who are watching the replay, I hope you also enjoy it too. And I want to see you all come back for tomorrow's night 2. And we'll be back here chatting about this. Guys, for the first time ever, 2 nights of WrestleMania. It's going to be awesome. So, once again, give this video a like before you go. Please share it on Twitter or Facebook, wherever you guys do social media. Share it. Tell people to come to my channel and hopefully subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. And thank you guys all so much for coming on to my stream. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys back here. Happy WrestleMania, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Have an awesome night. Bye, everyone.